Guys, this is Astranox. I've got 3 Moonlight summons to do, one on each of my accounts. So let's begin with account number 1. And yeah, pretty excited. I mean, we never know. We never know. Still have not gotten any natural 5-star Moonlight hero. So maybe today is the day. Maybe today is the day, boys. So count number 1. It's gonna be really quick too, man. Like one after the next. Shine. Oh, shine. Come on, baby. What is it? Oh my god. Place they go. He's so good. Oh, what a pick. What a pick, baby. Oh my god. And I have Celestine too. Yo, my boy Blaze Dingo. Nice, 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 nice. Solid pick. Wow. Okay, that's really good. And during daily summons, I lucked out, and so account number 1 I got. Where is she? There she is. Tamarine. I got Tamarine, first one I get, and yeah, I 6-starred her, I'm leveling her, and I'll be doing some videos with her. She's godly in PvE, and she can be used in PvP as well, but she's mostly like for PvE. But yeah, I'll feature her later on. Alright, cool, Blaze Dingo, baby. Let's lock him and move on to account number 2. Wow, what a start though, what a start. Alright, I'll be back. Here we go, account number 2. The gold account, 136 million gold. And yeah, it's a ton of gold. I've been farming Golem 11 like crazy. So let's go and do this second Moonlight summon. What will I get? I mean, Blaze Dingo, that was completely insane. An amazing hero. huge amount of damage, and he also heals. He has immortality, attack buff. Like what? What? That's crazy. Okay, here we go, boys. Account number 2. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Like I got Blaze Dingo. Oh god. It's okay. Hurado is actually good. Hurado's actually good. I didn't pull him before, so that's fine. Wow. Okay, so I'll be jumping on account number 2. I have on this account Bazaar. I still haven't built him, but yeah. So let's jump to next one. Alright, account number 3 on the Europe server. This account I've been playing on average like 15 hours per day. It has crazy progression, and I'm really enjoying it. I am now on day number 38. So I'm not gonna receive this thing. I want to keep on tracking how much gold I actually farm. So yeah, I'm gonna try to leave as many things at the last one, so I can just show you guys how the progression and how the farming is going. So let's go and do this Moonlight summon. All right, this is definitely the account I'm most excited about. Okay, let's do it up, boys. Let's do it up. After that, I'm gonna review the Mystic Summon pool real quick. So let's go. Still no natural. 5-star. Nope. 3-star. Maybe it's useful. Celeste. I mean, I'm not farming speed, so I don't really need her. You can use her in PvP. Go first. She's her and Assassin Sid, they both have what is it, 128 speed. Kayron has 129. So she's definitely top tier in terms of speed, and you push back the enemy's combat readiness with skill 2, which she can spam if she's above 80% health. So that's really cool, and she gets an extra turn when she uses that thing. You see her a lot paired with Challenger Dominal, because she goes and then it like allows Dominal to just go afterward and then buff the team's crit damage, crit chance. Very, very solid hero paired with Challenger Dominal for sure. Alright, so Mystic summons. So I did summon on this rotation on account number 2 and 3. And on 3 I pulled Destina and Champion Zerato. I have 6-starred Destina for, multiple areas of the game. And yeah, the 6-star that I did after Destina was Commander Lorena, which I finished with her specialty change. And Champion Zerato, maybe he's next, I'm not sure yet. It's just that, yeah, it's not really for PvP, it's mostly for PvE. So I'm not 100% sure on my next 6-star just yet. So anyways, let me talk about these rotations. So, well, this one has 3 days left. I mean, when you guys see this, it's gonna actually be less than that. But just to quickly talk about it, the rotation is actually really good. I did talk about it before, but it's just the fact that you've got Destina, you've got Shimaja's staff, and Angelica all in the same rotation. There's of course Fallen Cecilia, which is godly. And beside that though, it really depends. If you are like a mid to late game player, if you've been playing for a bunch of days, you probably don't need like Dust Devil. I mean, maybe you need them for limit breaking, the one that you currently use, Magahara's Tome. Like, these are like really solid artifacts, and Tagari's Ancient Book, that's really good too for getting souls at the start of the battle, especially in PvP. You can get between 10 and 20 souls depending on how many times you limit broken the thing, and you can just soul burn with whoever you're using as combat readiness booster, and just like blow up the enemy team. I mean, it's very powerful. You definitely need multiple copies if you want to get that 20 soul. So yeah, Angelica, just like top tier healer, of course. Destina, you see Angelica used more in multiple areas of the game versus Destina. She's mostly used in PvP, but you can definitely use her in PvE as well. So yeah, Shimaja's staff increases all sources of healing, be it lifesteal, any kind of healing, like continuous healing actually gets affected by Shimaja's staff as well. So it's very solid. Beside that though, like if you have Challenger Domino, if you have Assassin Coley, that's Memory Imprints for you, or Purgus, so yeah, General Purgus. And beside that, I mean, maybe you have Guider Ether, that's Memory Imprints, and Jetch is heavily used in Banshee, so you might, and also in PvP you could, I guess, use him for the speed Memory Imprint, but you don't really see him that much. So yeah, it's mostly like Helga, and well, she's there too, so you've got triple speed Memory Imprints, like Jetch, Letiaria, and Helga. So if you're trying to go first in PvP, like, I mean, this could be a good one to pull on if you're looking for more Memory Imprints. Anyways, moving on. I mean, Champion Zerato, he's kind of too squishy, and that's good. That's good. That's what I want to do in PvE. Like, if there's content where there's like debuffs coming my way all the time, like this could be pretty cool. Like having him transfer and then just counterattack often. And yeah, so it seems like that he does counterattack as soon as a debuff lands on him. And the issue is that if he has decreased hit chance debuff, he can actually miss, and if he does miss, he will not transfer a debuff. So that's pretty annoying. Of course, this is really powerful in one skill, AoE, defense down and attack down. That's very, very powerful. But it's only 75% chance. On a, it's 4-turn cooldown. If you've got Ithaca's Scepter, he's gonna be able to cycle through his, through this thing more often. He's gonna be able to use it more often. But he's squishy. I mean, you wouldn't use him in arena defense. I never see him on arena defense, but you could use him on offense. It really depends. You're gonna have to. It's not gonna be against every team, that's for sure. And Fallen Cecilia just increases your team survival by so much. Like the instant barrier at the start, and then every time she goes, scales with her max health. And skill nullifier, you take no damage once. The enemy can like kind of bypass this, like not bypass it, but like trigger the skill nullifier with like heroes that don't really deal too much damage. But she's definitely upping the team's survival by a lot. This provoke can be super annoying in PvP if she keeps on provoking like one of your key hero. Even like if she keeps provoking your healer. If you only have one, that's really unfortunate because you won't be able to heal unless you've got Celestine or like that skill 1 heals. But just like really strong, and of course she can carry Aureus. So yeah. Now moving on to the week after that. Now, Durandal is a very strong artifact. Beside that though, you get Crozet for free in the connection. Sigrid got buffed, so she can do more damage now. So she penetrates defense, and 30%, that's the base, and then 5% for each additional debuff inflicted on the enemy. So yeah, she can definitely do a lot of damage against especially fire monsters, bleeding. That's some damage. Bypass 70% of the enemy's armor and deals damage based on 30% of your attack. And that's the thing, you don't really see Leo being used. So there's that. But Karen is very, very strong. I actually got fortunate enough to pull her as a daily summon on this third account in Europe. And she could be my next 6-star. I don't even have a Thief that's built. I have artifacts ready. So yeah, I'll have to think about it. But her burst damage of defense down into skill 3 is insane. Like she can literally like kill anyone if she lands that defense down plus this almost everyone. And this skill actually receives a 50% crit damage increase. The cooldown is very high, but you decrease cooldown every time you land a critical hit with this thing. If you have her, if you're farming Wyvern, you have to power her up because, you have her and you can use her in other areas of the game. Like you can use her in arena offense. You can use her in Guild War offense. You can even use her in Guild War defense. And a super strong hero. And you can use her in Labyrinth and Raids as well. Like very solid hero, worthy of investing your Molagoras into. But I would use Molagoras on support heroes first because, like -1 turn cooldown on a healer, let's say, or like it's very powerful. But yeah. Now Surin, you don't see her being used that much anymore. Wyvern 10 before, she definitely was used a lot. If you had her, it would make the battle trivial because you've got decreased attack and all the bleeding effects that she can stack, and like she get powered up when there's the more bleeding effects that are applied on the target. It's so much damage. But you don't see her being used that much anymore. But still, like she can deliver so much damage. But I would say like a Karen is way more worthy of investment versus a Surin at this point in the game. With the current state of the game. Beside that, let's look. Durandal is very good, like on a warrior, on a bruiser, you're getting so much combat readiness every time you're being attacked when your health is below 75%. And you probably saw it in PvP, a hero wearing that thing, and he's like getting like he's able to go so often. It's pretty ridiculous. Like Assassin Cartuja with this thing is quite cancerous. So yeah. Now the artifacts. I mean, oh, he has knife, good damage, boost, penetrates defense. This builds up attack and crit chance every time other targets go. It could be allies or enemies. And if your hero is actually built like the slower it is, the more this will stack up. And then, yeah, that's pretty cool. You could rely on this thing to cap your critical hit chance to 100% or 85% if you're out at elemental advantage, because 15%, you get 15% buff when you're at elemental advantage with your crit chance. So it's a solid artifact. It's definitely a solid artifact. And Infinity Basket is actually really, really strong. You put that on a ranger, and every time that ranger goes, it boosts the chance of dual attacking of all of your allies. So yeah, every time your ranger, you put that like just on like a silk. Everyone can get silk. Every time she's gonna go, it's pretty likely that one of your ally will trigger a dual attack, and it will deal 20% more damage. So I used this on Silk a lot before, and it's definitely a game changer, especially like if you use her in the Abyss. If you want to like let's Silk and Tarnar Guard, let's say every time he triggers a dual attack, he is boosting the team's combat readiness by 25%. So it was pretty likely that when Silk was going, he was proccing a dual attack. So the fact that she's reducing combat readiness, the fact that she's applying speed down and giving you speed buff, and then Tarnar Guard giving your team combat readiness, like both together, man, there was some crazy synergy in the Abyss. You can check my Abyss guide videos where I use them like a lot. And yeah, it's really interesting on how much like they're able to control the enemy team and how often your team can go. That's just an example. Misty Chain can definitely be used in a few areas if in the game, like Wyvern. I don't even remember how to pronounce. Is Wyvern or Wyvern? I think it's Wyvern 11. Anyways, I used her in there with Alexa, Tarnar Guard, and Angelica in the front line, and she was just a 5-star. Alexa was just a 4-star. You can check that video out. And I mean, she's good. She's really good. She doesn't have a specialty change just yet, but the decreased attack and unhealable, if you land 3 debuffs on the Wyvern, it greatly reduces his damage dealt. Plus, the decreased attack cuts his attack in half, so that's really good. And then you've got some healing here, and there's another mechanic after you awaken her that she gives revive to the ally with the least amount of health, I believe. Something of the sort. But she's a solid hero, and also this heals the team. The healing output of this thing is actually quite high. So anyway, she can be a backup healer. I wouldn't say that she can be a main healer, but the fact that she deals damage, she's a mage. So there's some really solid artifacts that you can wear on her. And this skill is ultra powerful on 3-turn cooldown, especially 100% chance to apply it. And imagine you have that with Ethica's Scepter. It's pretty insane how often she can use it and how game-changing it will be in your team. So Misty Chain, do not overlook her. She's very, very good. Carmen Rose. I mean, we've got 2 Banshees in this rotation. Carmen Rose, you can check out my Golem 11 videos. I use her in Europe for farming Golem 11. There's no soul bad guy in here, and she is amazing. Like she's a top tier damage dealer for Golem for sure, because she can remove his attack and defense buff, and also she can by herself increase her attack and defense on a 3-turn cooldown after skill up. And this thing, man, like she deals so much damage. Her multipliers are quite insane. And this thing, actually, you get speed buff, you apply speed down on the enemy, and it's 100% chance, by the way, when you awaken, and you decrease combat readiness of the enemy by 55% with skill ups, and I only have it at +3 and this thing as well to get that -1 turn cooldown. And the healing with this vampirism is really good. Like, she's quite squishy, but with defense buff and the healing she can do with this, and I have her on lifesteal set, the item level 70 abyss set. This plus the lifesteal set allows her, even if she's squishy, to squeeze those heals in when she's in trouble, like before Mascot Hazel or Akatis, if they're like stunned or something doesn't go well, and like she definitely helps to stay alive. Definitely helps a lot. And I've seen close to 3,000 healing out of this skill because defense down was applied on the target. She had probably greater attack buff, and yeah, she deals a ton of damage, but lifesteal set plus this is quite insane for the amount of healing she can do. I mean, you could even use her as a farmer with that stuff, but I would say that truly an amazing skill set, an amazing hero for Golem, any stage of Golem, but definitely worthy of investing Molagoras into her to bring that to -1 turn cooldown, so +3/+3. If you don't have Soul Bad Guy, if you're looking for removing buff and a solid damage dealer, I mean, just the whole kit is just perfect for Golem. I would say just don't wait if you're struggling with clearing that Golem 11, just do it, just invest into her, and it's going to be also easy to get triple S memory imprint later down the line. Just a 3-star hero, and I mean, what she gives, like just maybe some flat defense, but every bit of stat counts. So yeah. Now Rosie, man, the 3-star heroes, we've got like 3 really solid 3-star heroes on that one. I'm actually getting just excited about it. Sorry guys, this is actually quite long, but I'm almost done. So Rosie, he's got a specialty change. You see him a lot as a combat readiness booster in PvP. He's truly amazing. He's truly amazing, and I mean, he's definitely worthy of like, he's worthy of being invested into if you're looking for a combat readiness booster. He's not top tier like Judith, like at 117 speed, but he 25% combat readiness plus the fact that he applies speed buff to the whole team. Like, especially combined with the Sid, that is some insane single target damage coming the enemy's way. And Sid is at elemental advantage when he has speed buffs, so that's actually really, really powerful together. But not only that, like, just the fact that your whole team has speed buff allows you to go so much more often. And decrease attack and decrease speed is also 2 solid debuffs. And you've got a chance to reduce the combat readiness of the enemy with that during the specialty change in the skill tree. So I would say, yeah, Rosie, definitely the way to go if you are looking for a combat readiness booster. And also, his memory imprint is speed, so there's that. So yeah, I would say that this rotation, to be honest, is not that bad. Like, maybe you're looking for that Carmen Rose, maybe you're looking for that Rosie. Just for those two, I would say it might be worth pulling a few times. And Karen, of course, like, she's definitely a high-priced 4-star hero. If you get Champion Zerato, I mean, I wouldn't be feeling too bad about it. You never know, maybe he get buffed, but I feel like if you have Illa's Violin, that dispels 80% chance to dispel a buff on the enemy, you can use him in Azimanak Hunt, and he will be so good there because he's gonna counter attack, because when he gets bleed onto him, he's gonna transfer, and he, with the defense down, attack down, that's good. You don't want more than you don't want 3 debuffs or more. It's just gonna get cleared. So I mean, he provides the 2 most powerful debuffs in the game. I would say I mean, the issue is, of course, they will be cleared when he gets bleed and transfer it on the enemy, but it's mostly about the fact that he's countering so often, and the fact that yeah, he's countering every time he gets a debuff on him, he's countering, and you've got Illa's Violence, so the how often he's gonna proc his attack is quite high, and that's so many chance to remove the Berserk buff of Azamanak, the boss. Anyways, so just quick things I had to say about him. But I feel like, yeah, too squishy for PvP. You can definitely use him though on offense. I'm sure there's there's setups ways, but not against everyone, of course. He's pretty niche. So yeah, also I kind of want to try him in Golem 11, but as a dark hero it's going to be more hard to have enough survival. I mean, if he gets defense down, doesn't transfer it, and then the Golem just like yeah, he applies defense down, there's that shockwave, and then if he counter attacks right after or shortly after, he's probably gonna die because you're gonna have to invest too much into his survival. So yeah, you definitely will have to balance his stats, and he needs good effectiveness. Anyways, I guess that's it. And of course, Daydream Joker is really powerful. So there is that. And this actually is really useful in PvP if you're trying to land like some really important debuffs. That's a lot of effectiveness that you can get on turn 1. So yeah, that's really it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox.